Yes, more new parts, and it's this time round, it's a set of BC Racing coilovers. Before we get into anything, I've got to give a massive shout out to BC Racing for hooking me up with a massive discount towards the R32 rebuild. I literally hit them up, told them the situation, and they were more than happy to assist by giving, like I said, a very, very decent discount on a set of brand new coilovers for the R32. So let's open the box. To find another box. Right, we have got some what looks like instructions. Men don't need instructions, we're just going to fit them. Oh, and then we've got some brand new goodies. Look at these. Okay, I am very excited about these. Now, to be fair, I have used BC Racing coilovers on most of my cars, and I like them so much that I have actually ran various competitions where people can win a set of these, not just for an R32, but for any car. And I think since BC have hooked us up with a hefty discount, I think it's only right I put another competition up. And this is no way associated with BC Racing. This is me doing this off my own back. Like I said, before I'd even got this discount today, I've given away loads of BC Racing coilovers, and there's loads of other manufacturers out there, but I absolutely love this company. Their coilovers are spot on. They do from budget to like your extreme stuff as well. And like I said, I've had them on numerous cars, including my other R32. I've had them on my Mark 7 and a Mark 8 as well. So yeah, I really trust in this product. And yeah, if you want to win a set of these, head over to the website right now and you can win a set for 49p. Any car you've got, whether you've got a Polo, whether you've got a Mazda, whether you've got, I don't know, any car basically, up to the value of £1,000, you can win a set of BC coilovers, or you can take a cash alternative. Anyway, let's get back into it. So here's the kit out of the box. 2 coilovers for the front, 2 springs for the back, new rear dampers as well, with your damper adjustment, which is really, really good. For the price of these, to get that adjustment, which is just soften, like your damper rebound sort of, it's not a rebound, but it's your damper, you set it to stiff if you're doing like a track day, and then soft obviously for your road use, same with the fronts as well. And yeah, it's strange, on the BC ones, your height adjustable on the rear is actually in the damper itself. No other coilovers like that, so that's very different. It works though, and then your spring for the rear, which you can change these little plastic things here for an additional lower or higher setting. So yeah, I'm just gonna crack on and get these fitted. Some other things that I've got, which you'll probably need depending on what you're swapping over. If you're putting a new set of coilovers on, it's worth getting these bits anyway. But I've got new top mounts and new bearings as well. Just makes sense. I've got these Phoebe, however you want to say it, made by Bilstein, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be up to the job. And yeah, got some used cups, obviously, which I never had anymore because we was on air ride. And then in the box, obviously that doesn't come in the box, but in the box you've got your instructions and some cool stickers, and you've got your adjustable spanners as well. In fact, before we get that fitted, another part that I need to mention that I got, silicone hose. You might remember, if you watched the last video, this pipe here came up flying off the car when we give it a little rev. And that is for 2 reasons. So basically, let me just show you. We just fit this back in quickly. You can see that is the distance between it. And I only had this. So if you can imagine, that was quite a short distance off. So what I thought I'd do is I'd put this on, which didn't fit on both, but I wedged it on there and then wedged that over there. So that wasn't ideal at all. But I've gone and got a brand new one, which reduces from that size to that side and and it's long enough to make up for that little bit of a, I don't know why that didn't fit. That fitted on the person's car that had it before, and it fitted on the car that I got this charger kit off originally. So very, very strange. But anyway, another reason this popped off is because if we pop this out, look at the edge of there, both of those edges are smooth. So that edge is smooth and that edge is smooth, which goes in there. Now that should not be like that. It should be like this. I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little bit of a lip on. And what happens is the pipe will go over that, and then you'll clamp it down. And then if it's trying to pull that way, it's got to come past this lip, which it won't, because obviously once you put your clip on and tying it up, it's going to be tightened down so much so that it's going to be on there and it's not going to come past there. In some extreme cases, yeah, it is going to come off there and it is going to pop off. But listen, without having that on there, that is just going to happen all the time. So we need to rectify that as well. We need to actually change this pipe. In fact, I think I mentioned it already in the last video. I think we're just going to change all that pipe work and get some custom stuff fabricated down the line. So I'm not going to worry about that too much. We've got the pipe to bridge that gap, let's call it. So yeah, anyway, let's get the coilovers fitted. Hugo's about ready to go home, aren't you, Hugo? It's a hot day down here today. Right, the coilovers are now on the front and the back, both sides, all bolted up. Well, near enough bolted up. We need to bolt up the top here, but we can't do that till we drop the car down. But yeah, all of them are on, quite easy to fit. Ran into a few issues that was nothing related to the coilovers themselves, just old rusty boots and crazy things that people have done in the past. But that's how it goes when you're working on old cars. Now, wheels. I know you've probably seen me put these wheels on, and you've only seen me put them on the rear of the car because I've only got 3 of these wheels, and these wheels are cracked to hell anyway. So they're not going to be going on the car. They were just some tent wheels so I could push the car forward, if you remember. Ultra gears that we had on it previously, the black ones, we had to sell them, if you remember, in a previous video, so we could fund the money for the air ride. So at the moment, we don't actually have any wheels, any permanent wheels anyway. We've got some tent wheels. I've actually borrowed a set of speed lines that we're going to be fitting. They're 5x112, so we're going to have to put some adapters on. I'm going to have to take the rest of these studs out as well. So we're going to put them on that. In fact, actually, let me just show you them. So these are the speed lines I was talking about, and I don't know how they're coming across on the video, but they're absolutely battered. They are old. They were sat on a car for about 10 years. I bought it, broke the car, but the deal was I needed to give these wheels back to the person who owned the car, and then the wheels have been sat with me since. This must be getting on about 5 years ago now, and the wheels have just been sat here. These wheels are technically not mine, so I am literally just looking after them, but I'm going to borrow them, and I have had to borrow them in the past. The tyres are really, really bad. They've all cracked due to how old they are. They do not hold air very well either. But for the sake of putting the car on the ground, we're going to have to use those because I've literally got no other wheels that I can use at the moment. Obviously, when it comes to the MOT, we're going to have to get some wheels. So yeah, if anyone's watching this and wants to support and donate some wheels, or if any manufacturers, Right Former, anyone like that are watching, I highly doubt it, but if anyone wants to pass the word on and any of those guys want to support the build and donate some wheels, let me know. If anyone wants to give me a big discount or a decent discount or just look after us on the build, let me know, because obviously, as you already know, this car is going to be won by one of yous. So yeah, better wheels we can get, the better for you. I'm not keeping the car, it's all in your best interest. With that said, let's crack on with some more jobs. Talking of more jobs, I've got that little bit of boost pipe put on, had to cut it down a little bit, not happy with how badly cut that is, but look, it's doing the job. I haven't done that little lip yet on either side, because it's still the same hour that I've been working on the car, but I'm going to take that somewhere and get that done. But for now, I think that's just going to be okay. I mean, the thing is, this kit has actually been together for a very, very long time, and that has never been done. But just for peace of mind, I think I'm going to get it done. And then obviously, like I said, we'll get all of this remade. Even all of this, we're going to get everything remade for the winner of the car. Another little thing that I've bought for the car, brand new coolant bottle. Genuine as well. Got this from VW, is it International Parts? I can't remember now. They're on eBay. I think they're on Facebook and stuff anyway as well. Yeah, VW Parts International, there they are. So shout out to those guys. You can actually buy these from VW, but it was just easy for me to grab it off the internet and have it delivered to my house, because this one is looking very, very horrible. You can see all the old like residue and built up rubbish in there, so I didn't want to put that in. Well, I've put it in, but I haven't filled it up with coolant. I don't want to fill that up with coolant on the car. The washer butter's looking quite clean. You can't buy these anymore, brand new. There is a few replicas about, but this one's cleaned up okay, so I'm just going to leave that one on and get that new bottle fitted and fill it up with coolant. So it's now the next day and I've been cracking up with some jobs on and off camera. We've got a new coolant bottle fitted. We've done all the bolts up underneath. I've put the boost pipe on, put the Jubilee clips on, put the wheels on, put two new track rod ends on as well. What else have I done? I can't remember, but I've done a fair bit now, to the point where I feel like we can drive the car out of the unit, let it get up to temperature, let the coolant self bleed, top that up, and then yeah, we'll just see, hopefully we get a bit of a better sound clip than we did in the last video. But yeah, I think the only thing left to do really is drive it out of the unit. Fingers crossed, all goes well. Let me just show you the fitment on these 19-inch wheels, because I think 19-inch wheels might be the way forward. Now, as mentioned, I'm not able to use these wheels specifically, but there's no reason why I couldn't go out and buy a set of 19-inch speed lines. So these are 5x112 originally. I've had to fit adapters on, 20mm spacers all the way around. Rear wheels are 9J, front wheels are 8.5. And yeah, I think that's sitting quite well. I haven't adjusted the coilovers yet. They've not settled in or anything like that. So there's a lot of adjustment and settlement to do, but we're gonna have to wait until the car's on the road legally to be able to do that. And look at this. Look at the brake fitment. That is literally, like, you could probably fit a bit of, you know what? It might not have, no, it's just, you probably get a bit of paper through there. That is very, very close. Could probably do with another 2mm spacer on that or something like that. We'll see how it drives and moves. You know what, I'm really happy with how it looks, static. Front needs to come down a little bit more. Could do with some wider spaces on the back, but obviously I'm getting ahead of myself because these wheels are not staying on the car, so yeah. Anyway, engine bay's looking nice now. New coolant bottle, cleaned up what I can. We need to mount this little cooler thing that's for the supercharger, and we need to get a new battery and stuff like that. There's loads of work to do. As I mentioned, I want to get all this pipe work redone, especially now that I've tried the front bumper on and it doesn't actually fit, so that's quite annoying. it doesn't fit without me having to trim it up. So I don't want to do that. And I think the only answer in this moment in time is to get a standard non-R32 pumper and fit it on the car so we can get through an MOT and stuff like that. Take the car over to fabrication and get all that redone so I don't have to trim the bumper. I've had a bigger intercooler on and bigger pipes on an R32 without having to trim the bumper before, so I know for a fact that you can get away without having to do all that, and I really don't want to damage this bumper. Right, we made it outside. A few random noises, but I'm pretty sure I've left quite a lot of stuff unbolted. The wheel is actually touching the brake as well. So that will be one of the noises. I can see some scratch marks there and it is basically touching. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it to warm up. Like I said, it needs to self bleed. Coolant's gone down already. It was up here, it's gone down to minimum. So I'm going to let it self bleed, get it up to temperature, make sure the fans are working. While that's doing that, I'm actually going to jack the car up and put some small spacers on just for clearance, not for road use, but just for clearance, so I can move this car around without it scraping like mad. Well, that definitely sounds very, very good. Really happy with them downpipes, the Miltech manifolds, the decat, and that Scorpion catback sounds perfect. I did have to stop the, well, I stopped the fun just in time because I've just noticed that the fans are both working, which is good, but they are rubbing through the charge pipe cooler lines. So I'm gonna have to replace them. Let me just show you quickly. So like I said, luckily I've caught it in time, but I've got a bit of rubbing there, and that's my own fault. Well, this one's my own fault, to be fair, because the cooler is just literally just left there. Accident waiting to happen, but obviously we was only putting it outside. But this one underneath here, there's a pipe here as well. And that, oh, fan's kicked in. Did you hear that then? So yeah, there's a pipe underneath here which I've moved, luckily enough. Just down there, you might be able to see it. But yeah, that's been rubbing on the fan as well, so I'm going to have to change both of those pipes. A bit of an inconvenience, but again, my own fault for not doing all the checks that I needed to do. So yeah, just created even more work for myself, but we are moving in the right direction. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure you're going to hit that subscribe button, the like button, and make sure you can go and grab a ticket on the R32. We're really cracking on with it now. We're making moves, more parts are on order as well, so hopefully I'll have another update for you soon. But listen, until next time, see you later. Bye bye.